Now let's go into processing proper. How do you actually set up this plantain chips business? Let's start with learning how to process. The first thing you want to do is to source your raw material. Establish a good relationship with a supplier for high quality plantains. Inspect the plantains when they arrive, do a lot of quality control to see that only ripe and firm plantains are used. Also, you want to keep it in mind that you're going to use uh, ripe, firm plantains. Remember that the green plantains are typically preferred for a crunchier chip. Now, after sourcing your raw materials, receiving them, you you want to also store them in the right conditions. So here the next step is receiving and storage. So you would have had a place set up for your plantains called the receiving area, where you would receive them when your supplier drops them off, and then you would also make sure that they are stored in a cool dry place to prevent spoilage. You could monitor the temperature and humidity levels of your storage area to make sure that you're storing in a proper condition. After storage, when you're ready to start processing, the first thing you're going to do is to peel your plantains. So you could peel using an automated peeling machine, or you could just peel with a sharp knife. On a large scale, an automated peeling machine will be a better option. But on a small scale, you could just use a sharp knife to slice off the ends and then, carefully remove the skin after making a slit along the side from top to bottom. You could also soak them in warm water. That is for the unripe plantains. You could soak them in warm water for easier peeling. Now, remember to do a quality check. Inspect the peel plantains for any damage or defective pieces. Cut off any parts that has spoiled. And then the next thing you do is you rinse your plantains thoroughly under running water to remove any dirt or debris. The next stage after peeling and washing is slicing and washing. So slice the plantains into very thin slices. You could use a mandolin slicer, which I highly recommend, as this will, help a lot with uniformity on a small scale. Or you could use a sharp knife. Remember that the thickness will affect the crispiness. So the thinner slices will yield crunchier chips. So slice about 1/8 inch thick, and on a large scale you can use industry slicers or mandolins also to cut the plantains into uniform slices. The same 1/8 inch thickness would also work and will also help with consistent frying. Please remember also to process your slices in batches to manage your workflow efficiently, and also to help to monitor the quality. Next, after slicing, you wash your slices in cold water to remove excess starch, which can help to achieve crispiness, and then you dry. You could dry using a centrifugal dryer or a drying conveyor to remove excess moisture. This is on a large scale. On a small scale, you could just, leave it to drain on the countertop, and then, maybe pat it dry with your water towel, with your paper towels rather. Then after drying, we're talking about frying. So the next thing you want to do is to heat the oil in a large frying pan or a vat. Heat the cooking oil to approximately 350-degree Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. You could also use an oil filtration system. This is on a large scale now to maintain oil quality. Now, batch fry. Add the sliced plantains in batches to the frying pan or to the vat. Fry for 3 to 5 minutes until they're golden brown. Remember to stir occasionally for even cooking. After this, you drain the oil. Use a mesh or a slotted basket to remove the fried chips, and then let the excess oil drain back into the vat. After frying, we go into cooling and seasoning. So you remove the plantain chips. You've removed them using a slotted spoon and then you place them on paper towels to drain the excess oil. On a large scale, just transfer the fried chips to a cooling conveyor or trays. And then next thing you want to do is let it cool for a while, and then you season. You could season with salt while it is still warm, and then any other additional seasonings you prefer. Now, this is how you can make your business stand. Now, do some research, find out the kind of seasonings that will work with your target audience, and then spice up your plantain chips, and then give their taste buds a wow. So, on a large scale, you could also transfer the cooled chips to a seasoning machine or a mixing drum, add some salt or any other desired seasonings, ensuring even distribution. After cooling and seasoning, we go into packaging. Weigh the plantain chips as you want it to be per package, per box, per pouch, and seal it up. Use a packaging machine to pack it into airtight bags or containers. Include your labeling for storage and for sale. Now, we're going to talk about storage. Make sure that you place your chips that are already packaged in a cool, dry place or a warehouse to maintain freshness.